Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the EMA distance indicator. But before we do, if you have not watched my first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that right now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team, and as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down in the description below. You can also find a link to our Discord server, so that way we can all discuss testing indicators and building our trading system. And lastly, you can find a link below to TradingView. If you sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money using the link below. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the EMA distance indicator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 75 indicators. And out of those 75 indicators, 22 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set with them. The two best ones were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 22 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, as I said, today's indicator is the EMA distance indicator. And basically what the creator has done, this is a TradingView user created indicator. Basically what they have done is they have plotted EMAs, different EMAs, and they have created a plot very similar to the alligator indicator. If you are unfamiliar with the alligator indicator, I have done a video on that already where I tested that. And you could go back and watch that video to understand how the alligator works, the original alligator indicator. But basically, we have these lines, and these lines need to stack up in a specific way, and that gives us a signal to either go long or to go short. And so I think how I am going to test this one here is, let me look at them here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the blue line here. Let me bump this up just a little bit more. So there's the blue line there, and basically what we are going to look for is we are going to look for the blue line to break up above all the rest of the other lines. That will be a signal to go long. We will look for the blue line to break down below all the other lines. That will be a signal to go short. And that is how we are going to test it. So let's get on with the testing process here. Looks like we got our first signal right here, and it does appear as though that is a winning trade there. So far so good. Let's see what we can get out of the rest of this indicator here. Alright, so it broke down there below. It's still kind of riding along. Let's see if it stopped us out here. Ooh, that would have been close. Let me double check here. Let me see if I can't zoom in a little more. So this one would have been the cross here. it would have opened right up here, the top of that one. It would not have stopped us out. And then bang, 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 it dropped out, giving us another winning trade. So far, so good. Not too bad. Let's keep an eye on it here. Let's see if we can get some more signals. One thing that it does appear already so far is that it seems to be super delayed in giving us signals. And it does not seem to be giving that many signals. Seems to be under trading. But that's not necessarily the end of the world. Let's see here. So we are on that one. We would have picked up the entry here. We would not have gotten stopped out. We would have picked up another win right there. So as you can see, it's not horrible to be under trading. I mean, if I had to pick, I would rather under trade and be very choosy about my trades and be very profitable than I would over trade, not be choosy about my trades, and just take loss after loss after loss and potentially be unprofitable. So let's see. We had a break to the underside here. It is definitely skirting right along. Let's see. This would have been the entry there. Let's see what it does. And it falls out. Let's zoom in on this just to make sure that we are in the right here. So this candle here would have officially been the cross, would have given us the trade right here, would have only hit 118 pips before turning around, dropping out in our favor. Alright, that is officially another winning trade. So far all winning trades. So we seem to be doing really well with this one here so far. Hope I didn't jinx us here. Looks like I might have. Let's see, so a breakout right there. We would have been in on this one. We actually would not have gotten stopped out there. Let me double check. Right there. Right there. Have we taken profit yet? 90 pip? Yeah, we actually did. I mean, barely, but yeah. And of course, it will play out here a little bit. Oh, it dropped out. So, yeah, barely took profit on it, but we took profit nonetheless. This thing is actually really surprising me. When I first looked at it, I was like, it could be alright. But it seems to really be making some moves here. Another profitable trade there. So if you're keeping track, that is so far all winning trades. We have not had a losing trade on this one yet. Let's see. Oh, we might have gotten one right there. We sure did. All right, there. So looks like it dropped down for just a second. So our first losing trade. I mean, like I said, you have to understand that, you know, we've uncovered a few indicators that have gotten a 100% win rate. And, you know, I don't want to mislead people into believing that those indicators, I don't want to mislead people into thinking that I believe those indicators are actually going to maintain a 100% win rate. I have yet to find an indicator that can give you a 100% win rate every single time. You know, it's just not, it's not possible. It's, you know, there is going to come a point where it's going to give you a losing trade. But in all fairness to the channel and how I have it set up, we are testing each indicator on a baseline. Every single one has to meet that same criteria. I can't go in and, you know, change it up and say, well, you know, some of them will be tested this way, some of them will be tested that way, and, you know, this one, you know, didn't give us enough trades, so now I'm going to have to test it a different way. That's not fair. It's every single one has to be tested across the same baseline rules. And those indicators were able to achieve a 100% win rate when it came to those baseline rules. Now, I know that when I go in and start testing them a little deeper, that it is almost 100% guaranteed that those indicators are going to pick up some losses. And so, you know, again, I don't want people to sit back and think to themselves that I honestly believe that those indicators are going to maintain a 100% win rate. But you have to understand also that if even when they are under trading, if they are able to achieve a 100% win rate on that baseline test, then that sets them apart from all the other indicators that we are testing. There are indicators that are over trading like crazy, some that are trading right in that kind of sweet spot area, and some that are under trading. And if those ones that are under trading all achieved a 100% win rate, then yeah, we could be a little bit worried. But since there are some that are also under trading and not getting anywhere near that 100% win rate, then we can reasonably conclude that the ones that are even under trading and still able to achieve a 100% win rate, then there is very likely something there for us to work with. And so I want that to be clear to everybody. I am not sitting back and claiming that the system that we develop or one single indicator is going to be able to achieve a 100% win rate. I'm not trying to clickbait anybody or you know, make deceptive comments or videos. I'm just calling it as it is happening. And so let's see, where did we get the cross on this guy here? So cross there, that would have been entry here, only hit 65 there, and looks like we picked up the second loss. Still doing really good as far as I can tell. We're getting some really decent wins out of this. Let's see what it did here. Crossed there. So this didn't quite hit there, but did eventually, took it a little while, but it did eventually come down into the profit zone. There we go. We are in December now, getting close to the end of the year. See if we pick up any more signals here. Nope, that is it there. All right. Let's see what we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 trades all together, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 winning trades. And so, yes, that is definitely going to meet the 60% criteria. And I might add that this indicator is based around EMAs. And so this goes back to the last couple of videos that I've made. And the last video when I was commenting on how one of the viewers mentioned that he's getting sick of seeing so many moving averages. And again, I totally get it. At a certain point, it feels like super repetitious. But you have to keep in mind that small tweaks can make a huge difference. And here's another example of where we tested regular moving averages on a price break, and we were not able to achieve a 60% win rate. Then we got into the different moving averages, and we discovered that the exponential moving average on a 30 period price break was actually the only moving average able to achieve a 60% win rate. And then we had another viewer. I'm sorry, your name escapes me again. I know you just commented on it today, saying, "Hey, that was me. I'm the one who said the 9 period and 21 period." Sorry, I keep forgetting your name, but you came out and said, "Hey, try these moving averages on a moving average cross." When we did the moving average cross on just a standard moving average, it was not able to achieve a 60% win rate. But when we switched the settings to a 9 and a 21, lo and behold, we were able to achieve a 60% win rate. And so each time we get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And here we are testing moving averages, the exponential moving average to be exact. And make no mistake, this is a moving average cross. It is not a single line cross. It just happens to be a multiple line cross that kind of filters out some of the choppiness of the market. And here we are able to achieve a 80% win rate now. And so, yes, I know it gets a little bit repetitive when it seems like we're testing the same indicator over and over and over. But this is a prime example of how tweaking it just a little bit can make a huge difference. And so we went from moving averages not being, within the realm of possibility as far as our win-loss ratio, all the way up to an 80% win rate on this particular indicator. And a reasonable number of trades, I may add, in a 1 year's time. If you, traded this indicator and in this specific year, right here on this specific pair, you would have achieved an 80% win rate for that year. And that is an extremely reasonable win rate. That is nothing to be ashamed about. And so this is where we learn that we have to keep our nose to the grind, and we have to keep trying and testing and working with the different indicators that are put out there by different people, and not making assumptions based off of the indicator that may have been tested before in a specific way on a specific period. And so yeah, this is, I didn't plan it this way. I honestly didn't. Just happened to be the way I was just pulling up the indicators to test, and this is how it laid itself out. And I think it's, the powers that be giving us a prime example of how we should not just jump to conclusions and look at an indicator and say, well, I tested it once this one way and it didn't work, and that's it. I'm done with it. And I know that seems counterproductive because we have done that with a lot of indicators, but that's where I hoped that the community, with each time I tested an indicator, they would also pull up that indicator and play with it and tweak with it, tweak the settings, and see what they were able to achieve with that indicator as well. That was where the whole community aspect of this was, going to come into play. And so, hasn't really happened that way yet, but the channel's still relatively new, and there's not a whole lot of you out there. And I'm not knocking on you guys who are my regular viewers, by no means. Some of you just like to watch what I do, and that's totally fine. That's what I'm here for, because I love to do this. I love to test indicators. It's fun for me to do this, and for some people it's not, and that's, again, totally fine. I get that. Yeah, that's kind of where my mind frame was whenever I first created the channel. Was I was hoping that I would get more people who would grab these indicators each time I tested one, and if it wasn't able to achieve a winning win-loss ratio, then they would tweak it and play with it, and see if they were able to achieve that 60%. Or even the winning ones, tweak it and test it and see if they were able to improve it. And so I'm sure, like I said, as the channel grows and we start getting more subscribers and more viewers, there will be a whole group of people who are like me, who like tweaking and playing with indicators, that will start grabbing onto these and throwing them out there. Hey, try this setting. Hey, I did it on this and was able to achieve that, and so on. So okay, enough rambling from me. We know that this one is a winner. Another really decent indicator. I like this one. It was, a little delayed sometimes, I feel like, but yeah, did really decent as far as a good indicator goes. So it's going on it is going on the yes list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here. If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out, so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView, and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, alright everybody, I will see you on the next video.